Welcome to the True Guy Globe Brief Updates. Subscribe and press the bell icon for updates. Something remarkable is happening in the Philippines, but it's not making headlines. In the cafes of Manila and the universities of Quezon City, you'll hear Hebrew, a language few expect here. Thousands of young Israelis are quietly choosing the Philippines for their studies. They're not just after a degree, they're searching for safety, peace, and a sense of belonging. This is a story of a surprising friendship between two very different countries. In 2025, what started as a trickle has become a steady stream. Israeli students are enrolling in medicine, business, and the arts, learning alongside Filipino classmates and building friendships. This isn't a typical choice for Israelis who once looked to Europe or North America. So, why the Philippines? The answer is woven from history, gratitude, and a need for a safe harbor. There are no government programs or grand recruitment fairs, just word of mouth. Students talk about the warmth of the people, affordable living, and a unique sense of belonging. It's a personal journey, not just for education but for healing and hope. Across the country you'll see Israeli students celebrating birthdays in Cebu or chatting in Hebrew in Davao parks. This new chapter in Israel-Philippines relations is being written by young people, not politicians. They're building bridges of understanding, one friendship at a time. This essay will explore why this is happening now. We'll look at the history, the personal stories, and the surprising connections drawing these nations closer. The movement is quiet, but its impact is profound. It's about more than academics. It's about finding a second home. The Philippines is becoming a place of refuge and renewal for a new generation. These students are changing the narrative one day at a time. Let's discover how this unlikely bond began and why it matters today. To understand today's movement, we must travel back to 1939. The world was on the brink of war, and Jewish people faced unimaginable danger in Europe. As nations closed their doors, hope faded for thousands seeking refuge. Then, a light appeared from an unexpected place, the Philippines. President Manuel L. Quezon saw the suffering and chose to act. He announced the Philippines would open its doors to Jewish refugees fleeing Europe. It was a bold, compassionate move in a world gripped by fear and indifference. Quezon's plan aimed to welcome up to 10,000 refugees, working with American and Jewish leaders. He even offered his own land in Marikina for housing. War made it difficult to save everyone, but around 1,300 Jewish souls found safety in the Philippines. They became known as the Manilaners, rebuilding their lives in the warmth of Filipino hospitality. This act of kindness was never forgotten. It became a powerful part of the shared history between Israel and the Philippines. Quezon didn't do it for politics, he did it because it was right. His compassion planted a seed of gratitude that would blossom decades later. The story of the Manilaners is a testament to courage and humanity. It's a legacy that still shapes perceptions today. This single act created a bond that endures. The Philippines became a symbol of hope for generations of Israelis. That legacy is now inspiring a new wave of connection. The kindness of 1939 echoes in the choices of students today. History's quiet heroes can change the world for generations. The story of Quezon and the Manilaners became a legacy, passed down in Israeli families. Survivors never forgot the kindness they received in the Philippines. They told their children about the country that said yes when others said no. This story became a living memory, not just a history lesson. It created a deep sense of gratitude and a special place for the Philippines in Israeli hearts. For many, the Philippines is a symbol of hope and friendship. The children of the Manilaners grew up hearing about Filipino warmth and safety. This gratitude is still alive in 2025. When young Israelis consider where to study, this story often guides them. Choosing the Philippines is a way to honor the past and say thank you. It's a full-circle moment. Grandchildren of refugees return as students and friends. The legacy of kindness shapes how Israelis see the Philippines. Welcoming, open-hearted, and different from anywhere else. This positive image makes it an attractive destination for those seeking more than just education. The echoes of Quezon's promise still call a new generation to its shores. Why are Israeli students choosing the Philippines in 2025? History matters, but so do practical reasons. The world feels more complicated, and young Israelis crave a peaceful, stable place to study. The Philippines offers calm, lower stress, and a focus on personal growth. Universities here are respected, especially in medicine and business, and tuition is affordable. Students can get a world-class education without massive debt. Filipino hospitality is legendary. Students are welcomed into homes and celebrations. The sense of community is powerful, making it easy to build friendships. English is widely spoken, making life and studies accessible. The Philippines offers adventure, cultural diversity, and a chance to broaden horizons. Safety, affordability, and genuine warmth make it a compelling choice. Daniel, a 23-year-old medical student from Tel Aviv, came to Manila seeking relief from pressure back home. A family friend whose grandfather was a Manilaner told him about the Philippines' warmth. Daniel arrived in 2024 nervous but hopeful. On his first day, a stranger helped him find a bookstore, his first taste of Filipino kindness. His classmates invited him to play basketball, shared notes, and taught him Tagalog. Daniel quickly found a sense of belonging he hadn't expected. He now lives in Makati, studies hard, and explores the country with friends. He's learned about family, community, and finding joy in small moments. Daniel misses Israel, but he's found a second family here. The choice to study in the Philippines changed his life. He's not just a student, he's part of a neighborhood. Simple connections like greetings from the corner store owner make him feel at home. Daniel says he'll carry this spirit of kindness into his future as a doctor. He came for an education but found a new way of seeing the world. Shira, 25 from Haifa, studies architecture in Quezon City. Her great-grandmother fled Germany, and Shira grew up grateful to countries that offered sanctuary. The story of Quezon's open door drew her to the Philippines. At first, she felt lonely and out of place, spending most of her time in the library. Then a classmate invited her to a local fiesta, an experience that changed everything. She was welcomed like family, amazed by the sense of community. Shira joined a student group working on housing projects, using her skills to help design a community center. She built real friendships, bonding over shared passions and the Filipino spirit of bayanihan. Now, Shira is thriving, learning not just about buildings but about building communities. She says architecture is about creating spaces for connection and support. The Philippines gave her a sense of belonging she never expected. Her journey became about finding a community that reflected her values. Shira's story is one of compassion, togetherness, and personal growth. She found more than a place to study, she found a home. Aviv, who came for practical reasons, affordable tuition, English instruction, and adventure. He expected a great trip, but found something deeper. On a break, Eli traveled to Palawan and was struck by the joy and simplicity of life in fishing villages. He realized success isn't just about profit, but about impact. Inspired, Eli focused on social entrepreneurship and sustainable tourism. He started a project to help local artisans market their crafts online. Eli's studies became meaningful. He was helping communities, not just earning grades. He learned that the real treasures of the Philippines are its people and values. Eli still loves adventure, but now travels with respect and a desire to connect. The Philippines taught him that business can be a force for good. He came for a degree but found purpose. Eli's journey is about discovery, connection, and making a difference. Beyond World War II, some Israelis are drawn by an ancient mystery, the theory that the Philippines is the biblical Ophir. Ophir, famed for its gold and riches, was where King Solomon sent ships for treasure. Some historians now suggest Ophir could be the Philippines, citing gold deposits and ancient trade links. The evidence is debated, but the idea fascinates Israeli visitors. For some, it adds a spiritual layer to their journey, a sense of ancient connection. This theory sparks curiosity and conversation, deepening cultural ties. Whether true or not, it reminds both nations of possible shared roots. It adds a touch of mystery to a modern story of friendship. The story of Israeli students in the Philippines is about human connection. A compassionate act by President Quezon in 1939 created a bridge of kindness that endures in 2025. This bridge is built on gratitude, memory, and the universal language of a smile. Small Israeli Jewish communities are taking root in Manila and Cebu, sharing traditions with Filipino neighbors. Language exchanges, shared meals, and joint celebrations weave the cultures closer. These aren't grand events, but personal moments that matter. The growing connection offers a lesson for a divided world. Peace is built through relationships, not treaties. Students here are not just earning degrees, they're ambassadors of goodwill. Their presence is proof that shared humanity is stronger than division. The story isn't dramatic, but it's powerful in its goodness. It's a debt of gratitude repaid with friendship and respect. This quiet movement invites us to notice the connections happening all around us. Hope can be found in unexpected places. A bridge of kindness once built can lead to a more peaceful future for everyone.